because I lost my brother, next month it'll be 2 years. And I realized that I haven't said my brother's name, like in a poem, in a conversation, in anything since my brother was murdered. And a lot of the people I know who lost people to the streets, they always say his, they always say hers, and they never say the actual person's name. So I wrote this poem in honor of those whose names we don't say, and this is the first time I've ever said my brother's name in a poem. They say you shouldn't mourn the drug dealer. They say the drug dealers stood on the tracks their whole lives challenging the train, knew that even if the weather delayed it, death was still showing up at their front door like a date their parents will forever regret giving permission to take out their child. They say the drug dealer died so casually. They say, what's his name? Child on Joy Road or Rosa Parks was murdered in cold blood on their front porch. They say his. They don't say his name. Don't sympathize with the death of a drug dealer unless he was their dealer, gave them free drugs, paid their rent once, kept their lights on, gave their kids a Christmas. They don't give the drug dealer a backstory or a reason why he's just another one that express mailed death to himself, opened up a package that he paid for. They're not surprised and don't understand why you are either. They say he purchased the engraving, so of course the bullets had his signature on them. They say his. They don't say his name. They say his funeral is next week. They say his funeral had a line the length of his rap sheet curled around the corner. They say he must have been popular, probably could have been somebody. Don't really talk about who he actually was. They say his casket was nice. They say his mother was nice, was burying her only son and still had enough strength to stand outside the church and laugh with his niggas. They say his niggas. They don't say his name. They treat it like a weight their fragile tongues are too weak to hold. Don't want to make the mistake of humanizing a drug dealer, so they'll show you his chalk outline before showing you his picture. Can't let the public know they gave a damn about the drug dealer. I say his. I say his gray sweats are still on a hanger in my closet, cologne still on my dresser. I say his. I say it's been 681 days since my brother was murdered, and I still haven't said his name once. I say my brother in every poem, in every status or conversation since his death. I say his death. I say his. Afraid, the more times I say his name, the quicker I'll empty myself of his memories. I say that I'm scared of remembering what his name tastes like, afraid that it'll fall in my mouth like ashes, get buried underneath my tongue, turn my lips into a headstone that forces me to speak about him. I say his. I say his to stop saying his, to say his name, to say Marcus, to say Marcus, to say my brother's name was Marcus. Thank you.